Thank you to the organizers of the Toronto Global Forum for the opportunity to speak to you today. Hamilton is located directly at the center of the densest corridor of economic activity in Canada. We're exactly halfway between Toronto and the Canada-US border, and that means there is a workforce of over 4 million people within a 90-minute drive of Hamilton. We're historically known for manufacturing and steel production, and Hamilton is still affectionately referred to as Steel City. But Hamilton has two major steel makers, and together they are making more steel by tonnage than ever before in history. But it is today being done with perhaps 1/10 the workforce than in earlier times, largely due to improved technology. So while steel and heavy manufacturing are still vitally important to us, Hamilton has successfully pivoted in recent decades and has diversified its economy into many other sectors such as life sciences. Indeed, the Conference Board of Canada has identified Hamilton as having the most diversified economy in Canada. Hamilton has also repeatedly been ranked as one of the top cities in which to invest in Canada by international publications such as FDI Magazine and the Site Selection Magazine. The international real estate brokerage firm CBRE ranks Hamilton as one of the fastest growing mid-sized tech cities in North America. And this is due in part to our deep research capacity as well as the strong presence of young, talented, and well-educated workforce. Hamilton's McMaster University is ranked as Canada's most research-intensive university, and Hamilton's Mohawk College is ranked 4th among Canada's top 50 research colleges. We're home to McMaster Innovation Park, Canada's premier research park and a global innovation hub for life sciences, technology, and advanced materials research and commercialization. Another key part of the Hamilton story is that we are making strides as a global logistics hub. Hamilton is home to the busiest overnight express cargo airport in North America, the John C. Munro International Airport. Indeed, the first COVID-19 vaccines arrived in Canada at our international airport. And we just recently welcomed the opening of an Amazon Fulfillment and Last Mile Center, a nearly 1 million square foot facility located on the edge of the airport. We also welcomed the recent opening of a 240,000 square foot facility of German logistics giant DHL, also located on the edge of our airport. And it's DHL's largest such operation in Canada. Now, I've spoken a lot about our airport, but it is important to remember that Hamilton, located as it is at the extreme west end of Lake Ontario, as one of the busiest shipping ports in all of Canada, connected to the world via the St. Lawrence Seaway. Indeed, Hamilton's port is the 7th largest port by tonnage in Canada and is the busiest on the Great Lakes of any Canadian or U.S. port. Hamilton is one of only a handful of Canadian municipalities to have road, rail, air, and port facilities located within its municipal boundaries. This is one of the reasons why Hamilton was recently designated by the Government of Canada as a foreign trade zone point. That means there is concierge service available for firms in Hamilton, whether national or foreign national, for importing and exporting purposes. And speaking of roads, Hamilton is testing autonomous vehicles on its public roads in order to help researchers and developers understand how technology used for autonomous and connected cars can be integrated into the real world. Also, Hamilton's McMaster University is home to the largest vehicle electrification program of any post-secondary institution in North America. So the next chapter in the story of global electric car production is being written right here in Hamilton. This is a great way to transition to the next session of the Toronto Global Forum and introduce the next item on the agenda. It's in collaboration with Invest Canada. The next plenary session is titled Charging the Future, Electrification of Transports. How is electrification transforming public transportation? What is the impact of electrification on global efforts to reduce greenhouse gas emissions? And what do we need to do to seize these transformative opportunities? So thank you for listening, and let's find out about those questions in a few short moments.